Malnutrition is also known as undernourishment and can be defined as basically a lack of proper or sufficient nutrition. There are several aspects of malnutrition, including stunting, overweight, underweight, and wasting, all of which are terms that I am going to go over throughout this presentation. In countries where there's famine, which is extreme scarcity of food because of crop failure, population imbalance, and government policies, malnutrition is more likely to occur. Africa and Asia are most affected by this problem. There is no one single cause of undernourishment. However, there are three main influences, which are food, health, and care. When children don't have access to affordable, diverse, nutrient-rich food, appropriate maternal and child care practices, and adequate health care, they are more likely to become malnourished. This is even more so true if these practices are not occurring during the most crucial time to meet a child's nutritional requirements. According to life cycle perspective, this critical period is in the 1,000 days, including pregnancy and ending with the child's second birthday. This period is considered extremely crucial because the nutritional needs of children are increased during this window in order to support rapid growth and development. So it's really important for us to realize that child malnutrition is not caused by inadequate nutrition. Other contributing factors include frequent illness, poor care practices, and lack of access to health and other social services. Stunting is a form of malnutrition that occurs during the most critical periods of growth and development. This is when height for age is at least below -2 standard deviations. So children who have stunted growth will look a lot shorter than they should be for their age. Similar to stunting, underweight is when the weight for age is under 2 standard deviations. Although there are measures that can be taken to make sure a child reaches their optimal weight, stunting is irreversible. And when a child is stunted and underweight, this is called wasting. Wasting is a strong predictor of mortality in children under the age of 5. Overweight is a term that's often overlooked when looking at malnutrition. However, it's becoming a more prevalent issue and even coexists in countries where wasting, underweight, and stunting is occurring. Just to give you an idea of how real this situation is, I'm going to provide you guys some statistics that are from UNICEF. In the year 2013, the global estimation for children under 5 years old to be stunted was 161 million. About half of that population is from Asia and the third from Africa. The same year, 51 million children under 5 were wasted and 17 million were severely wasted, meaning their standard deviations for both height and weight were below -3 for their age. 2/3 in Asia and almost a third again in Africa. The year 2013, there are 42 million children under 5 that are overweight. This number has went up 10 million from the year 2000. The prevalence increased from 1 to 19% in South Africa and 3 to 7% in Southeastern Asia. 99 million children in the year 2013 were underweight, 2/3 of this population coming from Asia, a third coming from Africa. Reflecting on those statistics, you probably recognize that stunting and overweight coexist. There's a double burden of malnutrition. Compared to 2 decades ago, 54% more children are overweight now, but 35% fewer are stunted. Consequences of malnutrition can be long-term and severe. Some of them include developmental delays, and because malnutrition weakens the immune system, it can cause weakness, immune deficiencies, and diseases like pneumonia and diarrhea. Because stunting is irreversible, children who are stunted grow into adults and are more likely to become overweight. Being overweight leads to issues such as hypertension, stroke, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. So what can we do to combat this problem? The problem is widespread and can't be solved overnight. However, there are several preventative measures that we can take to help combat this issue. For instance, preventing and treating micronutrient deficiencies, promoting good sanitation and health practices as well as the use of health services, more access to clean drinking water, promoting physical activity, preventing low birth rate by encouraging breastfeeding and micronutrient supplements. Lastly, we can provide information on proper nutrition and hygiene. What is proper nutrition and hygiene?
He said I did. Yeah. I created you.
A balanced diet includes fats, carbohydrates, protein, fruits and vegetables, and vitamins and minerals. Although serving sizes may vary based on the individual, here is a general guideline of what a balanced plate should look like. As you see, it has a little bit of every food group on the plate. There are several resources and programs that are currently combating child malnutrition. The target has shifted from the age groups of 5 and under to the 1,000-day period, which includes pregnancy to 24 months. The shift has changed because stunting occurs early on, usually before age 2. After age 2, there's usually no hope for recovery if stunting has occurred.
Somebody else will do something.
Firstly, I want to recognize UNICEF. Not only did I get a lot of my data and statistics from their website, but they provide data for other advocates that want to promote changes. They also have other initiatives and programs like Trick or Treat for UNICEF. The World Health Assembly also provides resources that are trying to reach these targets. Target 1, 40% reduction of global number of children under 5 who are stunted. Target 2, 50% reduction of anemia in women of reproductive age. 3, 30% reduction of low birth weight. 4, increase exclusive breastfeeding rates for the first 6 months up to at least 50%. Target 5, no increase in childhood overweight. And lastly, reducing and maintaining childhood wasting to less than 5%. These targets are hoped to be reached by 2025. Zero Hunger Challenge is a program that I identified that is also combating the issue of malnutrition. I hope that you guys learned something new that you didn't know before. I certainly learned a lot, not only concerning statistics, but some of the definitions that I didn't know. And I hope that I provided you guys with a new insight that you did not have before. I hope that you are driven to help advocate for change and maybe make some contributions yourself. Good luck with your future endeavors, and I can't wait to see your projects.